Hey girl, welcome to the Black Girl Voices podcast. I'm Shivaun,
And I'm Whitney.
and every week we get together to laugh, cry, shade, and share everything from pop culture to racism.
So grab your headphones and your oversized mug and come and join the conversation.
Welcome back, Black Girl Voices, family and friends and haters. Uh, what's up? What's up, Whitney?
Girl,
I
no.
listen, y'all. I look so forward to these recordings. Me and Whitney, like literally just now, we had to stop talking so we could record. Like we were like, wait, save it for the podcast. So these,
because otherwise we're just gonna be talking.
yeah. And then I mean, I think at the end of our last podcast recording, we had what could have essentially been the perfect podcast episode. It'd be like that sometimes.
It be like that sometimes. But
Well,
hey,
what's
y'all.
up, friend? What's up?
Uh,
How are you?
personally, I'm good. Just personally, I'm good. I'm going to land right
Okay.
there. We are grateful. As the ladies on Getting Grown podcast say, I am safe and I have what I need. And when they said that, it touched something in my heart. I was like, I am safe and I have what I need. And there's
Yeah.
gratitude in that, because a little too often we are reminded that some people are not safe and they don't have what they need.
Yeah,
So that's where I'm at.
that's good. But I got a little a caveat to it. You once
I love your
told me,
caveats.
and I have stuck to this.
Don't
and
drag me like this.
No, you're getting a drag. You're getting it. You get dragged in love though. Y'all listening.
But that's how you drag.
Y'all grannies get dragged, and that's not in love.
Well, no, because your grannies were horrid and they chased little black children around.
Right.
They were terrors, yeah.
Yes. So the grannies don't, the meemaws, sorry, the meemaws don't get
them over
dragged
there,
in
yeah.
love. But this is a drag in love. You once told me, because I was super emotional about something I had going on in life, but I said, but I know like there's worse things going on in the world. Okay. There can be worse things going on in the world, and you can have what you need, and you can be grateful for what you need, and you can still feel all of the feelings for whatever you're processing in the moment, or whatever's hurting you in the moment, or whatever it is that you want but don't have in the moment. You're still allowed to do that. I think we're still allowed to be empathetic human beings and acknowledge that, like, the people around the world, listen, what they're going through is nothing like what I'm going through, but what I'm going through still matters.
It does.
I just wanted that to be a vocal reminder.
I appreciate you. It's just that I'm not going through anything. I'm not going through anything right now.
Okay, don't let me say all that in vain. Okay,
No, I receive it, but it's just
you were like, it's just a blah day. That's all.
It's just a blah day. It's a blah week of a blah month, and we're fine with it. Like,
I feel that.
I'm like, just grateful to be here. My daughter and I, we do this thing in the morning because now she's gotten to the age where she busts into the room like a little Kool-Aid woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be past that age, because it was so jarring to wake up to the door slamming against the wall. No.
And she's strong too. So
yes.
And she climbs into bed, and so now we do this thing where, like, we wake up our bodies and we say, "Good morning, bodies." So, like, we wiggle our fingers and our toes, and it's so cute. And it's like, it's just, I'm great. Every time something doesn't creak, I'm grateful, because your girl be sounding like a rusty gate over here lately.
Okay, no, seriously, because the morning before, well, what's today? Wednesday?
Yes.
So Monday, I woke up and turned my neck to the left.
Oh no. What happened?
It was that stiff, you can't turn, the rest of the way. I was like, oh shit. Because that takes forever to solve itself.
Yes. You'll be hurting for the rest of the month.
Yes, it's so painful. So yeah, whenever it's not creaking, cracking, or stuck, yeah, I'm happy.
Or stuck.
Or stuck. I'm happy. The legs don't go behind the head like they used to, guys.
Ma'am. We went there. How are you, my friend?
Would it be me if I didn't? I'm good. I'm good. Today I feel good. The day before yesterday, I felt so much rage and hatred.
So can we
So
go in?
by now, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the image
I haven't.
or heard of the image. I should.
Yes, yeah,
Some of
yep.
us are choosing not to perceive those images anymore. And here's the thing: I want to stop right there because I've seen a lot of those "Who are we to turn away" messages, and if those messages are for the people who have never seen shit, never done shit, never showed up, never. But I don't need to see painful, graphic images to care. That doesn't, it moves me, sure, like to tears and to anger and to sadness, but I don't need that to move me.
No.
And so we need to be
No.
very careful about saying,
Amen.
if you can't witness this, who are we not to bear witness? Here's the thing. Also, I think it's very important to respect that different cultures have asked different things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Palestinian people have asked us to share those images
Mm-hmm.
because they said they want the world to bear images. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Black people have asked several times to stop sharing our trauma on the internet.
Stop.
And so when you decide that you're showing up in spaces where you're advocating for people, you need to be very cognizant of what the culture has specifically asked. Now, once again, the Palestinian people have asked that their images be shared. I can respect that. I don't necessarily need to share those images, right? I can share the words and I can share the thoughts and I can share the information and I can amplify, right? I don't necessarily need to share it. However, I would never criticize them for sharing because that is what they've chosen to do.
Absolutely not.
But you guys cannot, you guys got to stop applying a one size fits all to activism and to cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just wanted to stop it kind of right there because I know somewhere, somehow someone heard Whitney say, I have not seen the image. And they're like, well, who are we? Because that's kind of the sentiment floating around the internet right now.
Listen, can I?
Yes, please jump in.
For anyone who would rather jump down the throat of a Black woman who literally opens up about these very difficult things on a daily basis, has no idea what we have bared witness to, what our very DNA has borne witness to. Y'all need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not coming from an extreme place. Like, yes, I identify that there is privilege in being born where you're born and safety.
Yes.
Alleged, because we're still Black in this country. But I say all that to say there are people who have witnessed traumas that you will never fathom. And if they choose to draw the line at images like the one we're describing,
yes,
for whatever their reasons are, those are their reasons. That has nothing to do with their advocacy. That has nothing to do with their heart. That has nothing to do with their compassion, their humanity. You have no idea. And it's not your job in advocacy to judge other people's advocacy.
No.
We've talked about this I feel like we've talked about this at length.
Honestly, probably like every episode now we have talked about this in some capacity because this is how people,
because it keeps coming up,
showing up. Like y'all are participating in rage activism. So it's like, I need to post something that's going to enrage or shame people because it goes viral. Like, and I think some of y'all, like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a little real. I think some of y'all have a shame kink because
and a trauma kink
because I can say, hey guys, let's care about everybody. Everybody deserves love and peace and post, not acknowledge. I can say, hey, you dirty whores never show up for people and we're fucking sick and tired of it and y'all are pieces of shit. And I promise you it will go all over the internet. Some of you guys just, I don't know, is it like a kink or something? Like I genuinely, I'm trying to figure out. But back to what I was saying though, I saw the image. I wish I didn't. And I need to do a better job protecting myself of that because here's the thing for me. I see those images. I obsess over those images. It doesn't allow me to sleep. I get bad anxiety. All of those things. And again, like you stated, it is a privilege in the sense that I am not living that specific particular trauma, but I need to be more aware of the traumas that I am facing.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
witnessed the video, and I also probably need to stay out of the comic section. Because
Yes.
I don't understand how you dirty, filthy
Well,
pieces of trash
she's not
can
wrong.
see a image like that, or even read about an image like that, and comment, well, Hamas started it, or well, well, what?
Can I tell
Well,
you why?
shit.
Can
There's
I
no
tell you why?
well, there's no but.
I,
It's a human being, a child, a
Mhm.
baby.
A literal infant.
And if the baby still had Pampers on. What are we talking about here? What is there? And then this whole thing, like, um, I think this is kind of like my pet peeve. The whole, well, like I didn't know, or I didn't know enough. Here's what, for if you don't know enough, let me help you right now. Let me catch you up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
Human beings are being murdered, bombed, starved, killed. Hospitals are being bombed. Schools are being bombed. Houses are being flattened. People are losing their lives. There you go. You're up to speed. Does that all? And you need to care, advocate for, and have empathy. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We're up to speed now. That's all you needed to know from the beginning.
That's it.
So yeah. So I was like very enraged for like a couple days. Like
Mm-hmm.
I need a place to kind of like put that. I
We're
need to
here.
figure out places to put that, like to get it out of my body, because
Mm-hmm.
my rage manifests physically. Like I'm really anxious, or I'm like I might be snappy, or like or with my family, I lose like patience, things like that. And so today I feel a lot better. Like I've
It's
been
good to
very
know that
guarded
about.
in my social media for the last couple days.
It's good to know that about yourself, though. A lot of people
It
don't
is.
know that about themselves. And it's important for us who do this work and who do this work regularly to find places to put the things.
Yeah.
Um, you know, like for example, I punched the air. I'm sorry.
No, I love, but
I'm
it's a visual for me.
I punch the air. I scream into pillows regularly. I go for really long walks. I lay like I
I walked
heard
4
about the
miles
image.
yesterday on accident, and I
See, look,
realized I needed it, but when I got
you had to
home, I
get it
was
out.
like, "Oh no, sis, where?" Oh,
Hydrate, please.
yes. It's
Hydrate, please. It's almost summer. SUMMA, summer. It's almost summer. Please just hydrate. Don't die. We love you.
and you,
Um, but I wanted to go back to a point that you made because it was a really great point. The folks who are in those comments, one, sometimes they're just trolling. Like they want to
react.
manifest rage for what. I have a theory that people don't really have like real people in their lives, and the only human connections that they have access to are the fights that they have on social media. They also use that as an opportunity to self-validate because they don't really have any real achievements. Because why, if you have real things to do, why are you starting fights on social media? It just makes
No,
no sense.
seriously.
I say that
But
as an insult online, but I mean that in my heart. I'm like, you don't have shit to do because there's nothing that's worth shit about you. And I I'm finding it more and more to be true. Y'all treat social media like a gladiator match rather than a place where you can actually
oh,
have
that part.
discussion. But is there any real discussion when it comes to the brutalization of people, of human beings, of children? And I have learned over some years, and I feel like I say it all the time now, that some of y'all really don't have any humanity in you. It's been bred out. So
No,
you
yeah.
don't see brown people as people. You don't see them as human beings. So it doesn't move you to see them die. Meanwhile, you can see one little white child cry and y'all want to move mountains.
Fuck the white child. Y'all will let a golden retriever get injured.
Oh my God, the internet
Let
would
a
go up.
golden retriever. Y'all let Shiloh get hurt. Okay,
Not Shiloh.
y'all are moving fucking
Somewhere Shiloh
mountains,
said,
signing petitions, changing the world, writing.
protecting dogs.
Y'all are starting insurrections. Okay,
Whole
like
insurrections over animals.
over an animal. But I think it's because like when brown people get um get have violence done to them, or when black people or when African people, right, are
Mm-hmm.
starving, or when black people
Mm-hmm.
are shot. Those are just things that happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
what's
just what
supposed
happens.
to happen.
Yeah, that's
That's
just what
just right.
happens. We've normalized the violence
Yes.
that happens to people who look like that. Mind you, Sarah could have a random inconvenience and it's all over the internet, but let one of us have like a really detrimental. You know what? This brings up something, and I don't know if we want to actually talk about it, but let's go there.
Let's go.
Do you know what a didn't do nothing is?
A who? A
A
didn't do nothing?
didn't do nothing.
Is a didn't do nothing ass bitch? I mean,
No, that's funny. That's funny. It's actually a slur that bigots use
what?
for black women because because
What the
this
fuck?
listen to how inhumane this is. Because my journalistic mind, and now as I'm talking about it, I'm becoming enraged. Oh yeah, I feel it in my body. Okay, I didn't do nothing is typically addressed towards a black woman because it's usually a black woman screaming over a black man that he didn't do nothing because of the harm that happens to him. And I feel that in my
Y'all are
stomach
so tiring.
and pitiful. Can we talk about it though? All right, I'm about to be really unserious
I love that for us.
because like that one hurts. That slur hurts. White folks did their big one with moon cricket, and y'all need to return back to your old recipes because calling black people moon crickets is hilarious. And a moon
listen.
cricket, a moon cricket, because we'd be singing at nighttime because we were escaping. You dumb bitch.
I didn't even realize it was because we were singing at nighttime. I just always thought that was funny.
It
But
actually sounds like something
hello,
nice. It sounds like something pleasant. It sounds like a children's story.
it's
Moon
so
cricket.
wild to me that y'all like white people, right, will refer to like black people as lazy and
Oh my
the didn't
god.
do nothing. Y'all stole entire humans because you didn't want to do the work.
Continent on the continents that you stole.
You stole continents that okay. Then you stole humans to do the
Theft.
work that you didn't want to do.
Theft. And then you clutch your purse when you see me. Hell, you stole my grandmama. What we talk about here?
You but listen,
Episode title. You
I have
defeat.
started locking doors. I want y'all to feel this discomfort. I lock doors out loud. I'm so sorry.
I hold
I'm
my
locking
child really close.
oh, my pearls. Oh. But you know what? Okay, so I do want to address this. This is a conversation that I saw on social media, and I started becoming like hyper aware of it, and it's so true. A white lady actually brought it up because she was saying like she's learning from different black women, and one of the things that this black woman had taught her was becoming aware of certain types of privilege you have that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she said when white people and black people are walking on the sidewalk, white people never fucking move.
Oh,
And
you shoulder check them.
I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yep.
that's true. So walking down the streets of DC, I went to my own experiment. I was like,
You
no, I want to go
tested
do it.
it.
So I'm walking down the streets. I'm in Georgetown, okay, in DC, walking down the street. And I'm like, and I'm not talking like they were on the sidewalk first and I just got on the sidewalk, right? Because I feel like there's like a basic, like, I feel like there should be an
Yeah, that's
understanding.
different.
If
That's
you just get
different.
in the way, you should move.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll be walking down and they will just walk straight
Into you.
into me. And
They'll
so
walk into you.
I realized subconsciously that I was always like just
Moving.
moving out the side or stepping off the sidewalk. So I was like, all right, Shivaun, no, this next like half a mile, because I was like walking, like,
Mm-hmm.
just doing like my little hot girl walk. I was like, this next half a mile,
Girl
we
walk.
are not moving.
Don't
Do
move.
you know how many shoulder checks I had to
Yeah.
do? How many like,
Yeah.
how many times I just fully collided?
Yeah.
And like, as I'm walking up, I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to move. They're not going to move. Because I'm like, I'm
They
not
don't
doing it,
move.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, hardcore, I'm
Mhm.
not moving. So
They
I'm
don't
like, they're
move.
not going to move. They're not. And I collided with so many people because they are
And they probably
so
acted like it was your
privileged.
problem.
Yes, it's my problem. And I was
They
like,
act like it was
"Nah,
your
bitch."
problem. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm like, did you not see me?
Yeah,
And they're like
they
holding
did.
hands, walking across, like,
Not even the holding hands. Sometimes it's just like one singular person. And it's like, not like they're on their phone and like, didn't pay attention. Oh, didn't see you there. It's just
no,
like,
you're
we're
just
looking at
walking and you don't see me. But that's the problem. Like, why don't you see me? What is it about me that feels invisible to you? Or what is it in your subconscious? Because our subconsciouses tell us to move.
Yeah.
What is it about your subconscious that says, keep going? That you are entitled to
No,
this space.
that's like a whole thing. Like, honestly, I don't have the capacity, y'all, but to the researchers out there, the ones who are like,
Oh,
and
please. I
in
want to read it.
academia, okay, please, if you
I want
have
to
a
read it.
study or or you need a study to do that one, please,
Please.
and
I
share it
want to
with
read
me.
it.
I would love to read it.
I would love to. Oh my gosh, we will talk to you on the show. Please.
It is just wild, and I didn't even think about that as like a form of privilege, but I was like, wow, because my mind has always just moved out of the way.
We just move.
Because I don't ever want to be in the way, or like for me,
We
it's just
don't.
basic like kindness, but I also think it is a form of like deeply rooted oppression that has told me that I need to move out of white people's way.
But like, think about the sickness in that, because what is it? If it's oppression that tells you to move, what is it that tells them not to?
Oh, I mean, the
It,
colonization of it all.
yeah,
They
like
feel entitled to
you
the
feel
space
entitled.
that they're in.
Why? But like, think about that. Think about the generations of that, because our mamas didn't teach us to move.
You shall know.
Our grandmamas didn't teach us to move. Like, no one sat us down and talked to us about this. We just do it.
When Whitney said earlier, I want to go back to that, and I want you guys to really think of that, like that trauma is rooted into our DNA. Like, I don't care if you don't believe it, go like do your own
Epigenetics.
It is rooted into your DNA. And my hairdresser said something one time, and this is not like a study or anything, so y'all don't go,
you know they're gonna.
Okay.
You know they're gonna.
Right. She
Cancel
said,
hair.
have you ever noticed that Black people, right? Because she was doing my hair. She was like, have you ever noticed like the crown of our hair, like right around here? I'm gonna like pull some hair. Right around here tends to be like damaged or have the most breakage, like right in the middle of your head. And she was talking about generational trauma and how all of that has manifested itself into the very crown of our head, right?
That's wild.
And like there was a whole deeper discussion, and like it would take me a while to get into it, but like just thinking about that, I was like, everything that we've gone through, the generations of like hurt and pain and all of those things that we've gone through manifest themselves to this day, whether or not people want to acknowledge or believe that. So
no, and it manifests itself in so many weird ways. Like, honestly, that might be something that I might pick up, because the sidewalk thing, I've been thinking about that for several years now. But there's other things.
We should literally do a TikTok. You walk down the streets of Philly. I'll walk down the streets.
Philly's different though. The whites here are different.
Yeah. I guess it also depends on where you. Well, no, I can't say where you are, because I've walked down the streets of Columbia Heights, Georgetown, Northwest, Northeast. Like,
it depends on where you are. Yeah, because like there's let me put it like this: there's white people and white people who people who happen to be white. They're two different groups.
Yeah. No, that's
the people who happen to be white. We have a lot of them in Philly, and so that walking experience wouldn't really happen unless you're in certain neighborhoods. So yeah, there's people who are like, they don't care. They really legitimately don't care that you're Black. They're just like, all right, girl, like, what do you want on your pretzel? Like, what do you want?
What do you want on your pretzel?
Yeah,
but maybe I should like literally like attach a GoPro or something to my chest.
That would be funny.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be
just walk down the streets and just see. And I will generally, I'll either shoulder check or move, because I couldn't do it for that long with just getting.
But also be careful, because like people be crazy out here, and I don't want you actually to get hurt.
But you know what? I'm crazier.
Nah, Negro, listen. I actually care about you. Hold on. Pull over. All right, everybody else, mind your business. I have to talk to my friend. I actually care about you. I'm not going to be reading about you. I'm not going to be finding out anything about you. Okay? You hear me? Because I legitimately care about you. Don't put yourself in danger. I wasn't thinking about bailout. I was thinking about harm to you.
Oh, okay. See, and I'm thinking of bailouts. I'm like, start to GoFundMe. Yeah.
We would come and bail you out. That's not a problem. I'm worried about you getting hurt. Like, because people are stupid. That.
I legitimately get that. I would never do. I would never do it in a place or a way that I feel like I would be harmed. But I do think that that
Yeah.
is like definitely, we definitely
It's
got
something
to
worth doing.
study that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Study that.
it's something worth definitely worth exploring. But there's other things. I don't know what it is. But like how we were trained to move off the sidewalk or move out of the way. How
It's
they
also
were
survival. It's a survival tactic
yeah.
that was ingrained in it. Because think about,
Yeah.
okay, like, and I think it's like so funny when people are like, oh, well, y'all's great grandfathers and stuff, they used to wear suits and ties and y'all wear whatever. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah, they did that to try to appeal to you guys more, to be looked at as a respectable Negro, so you
Mhm.
wouldn't see them as dangerous. And
Mhm.
so maybe they'd appeal to you just a little bit more, enough
Mhm.
that you didn't want to lynch and hang and whip and
She's spitting,
discriminate
y'all.
against them to the point where they couldn't just like live their life. Have you thought
Bars.
about that?
Like think about how depraved you are where people have to dress up so you won't kill them.
Yeah, y'all want us to march in fucking suits? No, thank you.
First
And
of
guess
all,
what? When they marched in suits, you stick dogs on them,
you still
fire
yeah.
hoses, and you kill them too. I hate
Yeah.
when people are like,
Oh
Martin
yeah.
Luther King said peace. Yeah, and y'all shot his ass too. So
He said a
what are
lot
we
of
talking
different
about
things
anymore?
too. He said a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I it has been a favorite treat of mine to go back because I took a course on Martin Luther King's speeches. It's been a treat of mine to go back to my old notes and pull them suckers up,
Oh yes.
to find the other things that he said and just wow people because I'm like, yeah, y'all remember y'all that dreamer that y'all think?
I do it every MLK day. Every MLK day, I'm like, here's some quotes you haven't heard. And
Do it in the middle of the year.
people
Do
are
it in a
like,
random time. Because they're
you
not
sure he
prepared.
said that? He did.
I can show you where. I can show
He
you where
said,
in which speech, in which letter, in which actual thing. Like when he said that I feel like I'm integrating my people into a burning house.
Jesus.
Woo! Like think about the guilt that he
They're
was
like, no, no,
carrying.
no. Light drives out light. Hate. Light drives out darkness, and love drives out
Then
hate.
y'all
That's
need to
it.
turn on the light because y'all to be the most hating ass bitches. Let me tell you something. When I found out black people couldn't eat vanilla ice cream, I threw in
So
the
it was
freaking
you. I think
towel.
I was trying to figure that out. I was talking about butter pecan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to like explain the thing without looking it up because I've been trying
Mm-hmm.
to like memorize all the stuff I've been learning. But y'all, my brain only has the capacity it has.
Listen,
Anyway,
I understand.
it was butter pecan ice cream, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like trying to explain to my husband. I was like, the nuts are in it because racism, and he was like, what? And but I was like, it was Whitney. Whitney who explained to me that black people weren't even allowed to eat vanilla ice cream. Y'all, eating vanilla ice cream is a fucking act of resistance at this point. Do you understand?
Hear your husband's voice when he went,
No, he was like,
what?
what? Because I was like, the nuts in it, it's like racism and shit. And he was like, girl, what? Go to bed. Go to bed, sis. I was like, no, Whitney has said. And then I think I had finally just looked it up, and he was like, oh, okay, but that's not what you said. I was like, it wasn't. Which is why, y'all, I do my due diligence to double, triple check things before I post.
Oh God.
Because if
Oh,
I just spill out all of it, and honestly, it
oh
might be
God.
a touch of ADHD. I've been
Stop
reading
it.
a lot of how ADHD manifests itself in women,
Oh
especially black
goodness.
women, and
Mm-hmm.
that it's so different. And I'm like,
Could
wow,
be.
that makes sense for me. Like I'm not diagnosing myself, but also maybe
Yeah.
it makes sense. Because my mind just be
You
all
just
over
be
the place.
going.
And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I
That's
just
fine.
blank out because I can't put it all into words
See,
at once.
my problem is like my brain operates like a spider's web, so
Yes.
everything is connected somehow, and you could draw lines from things. And I'm like, Whitney, like I can't tell you how many times throughout the day where I will make a video and then immediately delete it because I'm like, that don't make no sense. Like
No.
that don't
So
make
many
no
times.
sense.
It is hell.
And my husband yelled at me. He's like, but that makes perfect sense. Like why? Like if you, he's like, I could see the connection right
But
there.
I'm
So
like,
why
but
wouldn't you?
everybody,
And I was
like,
like, damn it, I deleted it.
they can see it.
It's gone.
Also, like, I also think somebody said this to me, and I don't know why it was so profound to me, but like, because it was so simple, but sometimes the most simplest things are the most profound.
They are.
And I was
They
saying
are.
something, and I was so frustrated. I was talking about it in a business sense, and he was like, hey, you're a high intellectual thinker, Everyone
Mm.
is not a high intellectual thinker, and that's
Baby,
not any shade against them.
baby, let me tell you.
But you have to learn how to talk to people who aren't high intellectual thinkers. And I was like, oh, I just thought you should
Mm-mm,
just understand what I'm saying. And he was like,
mm-mm,
no. He's like, I understand. Like, he was like, it makes perfect sense because sometimes I will literally feel
mm-hmm.
insane because I'm like, why is no one understand?
Nope.
Like, what?
Why don't
Why
y'all
don't y'all get it?
see?
It's this simple. And then my husband will even have to check me and be like, Shivaun, it's not that simple. It is,
Well,
but it's not for everyone.
this is why we shouldn't be friends because to me, I'm like, well, they need to catch up because
I know. And then sometimes I'm like,
that's
all
not
right,
nice.
yes. And I have to check myself, like,
Mm-hmm.
Shivaun, it's not fair to assume that everyone can think on the same level. You know what I
Or
mean?
have been trained to think on the
Or
same
have been
level.
trained or taught or have the same level of education or the same
Mm-hmm.
level of comprehension or any of
Mm-hmm.
those things. But
Ooh, let's
sometimes
talk about that comprehension.
I'm like, listen, I want George Bush charged for his war crimes.
Crimes,
He left
crimes.
y'all asses behind.
Y'all got left behind, left and
Left,
right,
no child left
left
behind.
and right.
Y'all were left. You were left
The
in
left behind.
the
Mm-hmm.
bin in 5th grade.
Uh-huh.
What was
It,
it, 5th grade when he 5th or 6th?
it was bad. I don't know
I
what
was
was
in,
going on with
yeah,
y'all.
about
Mm.
5th or 6th grade when he left. Y'all left with him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to y'all, but the listening skills and the listening comprehension is not
I
there.
can say the sky is blue right now. Listen to that sentence. The sky is blue right now.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all will say, that's not true because the sky can be black, or when there's a
That's not what
sunset,
she
the sky
said.
can be red
That's not what
and
she said.
yellow. And sometimes if it rains, the sky can be gray.
She
Y'all,
said, right now,
the sky is blue
right now.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
W- w-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The listening
Yeah.
comprehension ain't there, child. Let me tell you.
No,
I
for
can't tell you how
adult.
many times I go into my comment section and it's people.
Don't even be responding. I'm just like, you know what?
It's
Just
funny. If I be laughing, I'm like, yo, and this has nothing to do with learning disabilities. What I'm about to say has
no.
nothing to do with people who have learning disabilities. What
All of
I'm
those
about to
people
say has
excluded.
nothing to do with anyone who is neurodivergent.
Yes.
I'm not talking about y'all. Sit it on the side. I'm
Right.
talking about people who are intentionally choosing to choose ignorance. So if you're choosing ignorance, that means you're dumb.
Mm.
And I'm calling you stupid. I'm
Yes.
calling you stupid because you
Yes.
chose stupid. Like,
Yes.
there's nothing wrong. Like, there's nothing, like, you're choosing to be ignorant. And in that choice is stupidity. And I'm not going, like, all I'm going to do is make fun of you. Because what you're not going to do is come with your bigotry. And then
No,
when I try to, like, dismantle your bigotry, like, it's just, it's so repetitive and it's so annoying.
bigots are, honestly, y'all, like, this isn't even me just trying to insult bigots because I hate bigots, right? They are the dumbest people
Just
on the entire
stupid.
planet. Like, I
By
can be
choice.
advocating for the LGBTQ plus community, and they'll be like, "So you want everybody to be gay?"
That's not what she said. That's literally
What?
not
Like,
what she
I have
said.
had conversations like that. So we should be, or I can say, oh, matter of fact, I have a specific example. I was talking about, either it was in a comment section or something. I was talking about how we should be advocating to teach children about different communities, right? Because
Yeah.
for instance, like Clifton was telling me about somebody at his school had two dads. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, that's not fair. I want two dads. And I was like, baby, that's not, you ain't getting two dads. I'm so
You're
sorry.
not getting two dads.
One, because mama ain't popping this pussy no more. Okay. So it ain't no stepdads are coming.
And
So
here we arrive back.
okay,
We've
sorry.
arrived back.
And two, your dad, he's very much a
Yeah.
heterosexual male. So
You're not
there's
getting
no
two
two dads
dads.
coming, right? So
I'm
I
like,
was
you can have
talking,
an uncle. You can have like
uncle.
uncles.
No, he wanted two
Yeah.
dads because this kid had two dads. You know how kids are.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Out there, they got two dads. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I was talking about how we should be advocating for teaching people about different communities so that there's no
Mhm.
shock. Like, it's just normal.
It
And they're
is
like, so
normal.
you want us to teach children how to be gay?
That's literally not what she said.
What?
That's
And I'm
literally
like,
not.
"Sorry, I can't teach my kid to be gay."
You
And the
can't teach
problem is,
your
y'all,
kid to be gay.
you associate gay with sexual, right? And so when we start talking about advocating for gay rights or LGBTQ plus rights, you start sexualizing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about teaching my children that different family looks different ways.
It does.
And you're thinking about people having sex. What?
That's not what I'm thinking about.
Right, Steven?
Like, that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people walking down the street and my 3-year-old goes, "Hey, they're holding hands." I'm like, "Yeah, because they love each other."
Right.
But it's two mommies. Like, yeah, some people have two mommies. Yeah, and they love each other. Oh, okay.
Yes.
And we move on with life. I'm not teaching her the bedroom activities of these people. Are you crazy?
I would, and my thing is like, y'all will obsess over that. So do you not have a problem with us talking about the sex of heterosexual
See, here's the problem.
Sex with you? Because that's disturbing as well.
Here's the problem. Another problem. The problem is heterosexuality is so normalized. So my baby could be watching a full-on Disney movie and they're open mouth kissing in the film. I don't want to explain that. Like, it's gross. I don't want her to know why people put their mouths on other people. I don't want to that. So you think that I'm talking about anyone's activities? That's weird.
Yes.
No, y'all are odd. If you're thinking though, if that's your immediate first thought, then you need to call the lady because you're having issues and because you're having issues up here. We're not that's not what we're talking about with our little kids.
Yes, and it's also weird the way y'all sexualize children. I think we talked about this
Don't
too. Like,
talk to me about this.
Especially with boys. I notice it a lot with boys. They'll look at you and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna get all the girls," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's 4, so that's cool, I guess." Like,
it's 4,
you know, like, or they're like, "Oh, he's gonna break all these girls' hearts." I'm like, "He's 6.
Like, he's a child. Why is he breaking people's hearts? Like,
right
what's
now,
wrong with
he
Shivaun?
tells on all his friends for being mean. I don't think we're
at the heartbreaking stage yet. I hope we never get there. No, I love that you say that because, like, as a mom who is currently shopping for summer things, these fucking shorts.
Oh my gosh, the shorts. I've been seeing those sagas, and there's this lady. I'm gonna send it to you so you can see. And she buys a pair from the girls section and a pair from the boys section, and she puts it together. And the one of them was like a 3-inch difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Hell, do I want my toddler's ass out?
Yeah.
Why are there hot shorts for toddlers?
Not hot shorts.
Again,
episode title
for that one.
Hot pants. Yes. Come on, hot pants. But no, legit. Like, why are there hot pants for
babies?
My baby wears a size 6 because she's Goliath. She's only 3, and
that was my oldest. My youngest is the tiniest thing in the world.
Oh, little one, he's just so sweet. She's growing like mint. She's just growing so fast, like a beanstalk. And I was trying to buy shorts, and I'm like, I kept looking at them. I'm like, this is her actual size. Like, I put her in size 6 because I needed the length.
Right.
And you know what? It didn't even occur to me to just buy her boy shorts.
Yeah.
That didn't even occur to me. I should buy boy shorts.
Yeah.
Because then I could buy her actual size. Like, I buy 2 sizes bigger so we can get the length. But she was running the other day. We went up to the track. She was running on the track. Her poor shorts kept falling down because they're too big for her. But I'm like, I need the length. And
but it's like, why did y'all's nasty asses think about when you were designing these clothes?
Yeah.
Nope, not short enough. These are for girls. What does that mean?
What does that fucking mean?
It's the same way in like schools when we tell girls you can't wear like spaghetti straps. Not because you can't wear spaghetti straps, just because it might be distracting to the boys. I have heard that so many times in school. Why is that a thing?
Why
teach little boys to not sexualize girls?
Hello, that part. Why is girls' conduct being mitigated by boys' thoughts? Why? Like, that means that you're already teaching this girl to overthink her actions, so that if something were to happen, she blames herself and not the other child who had no self-control.
Absolutely.
Like, what is that about? You know what it really is? It really is y'all nasty teachers.
Oh no!
Let me stop. I'm sorry.
Listen, I be going down them TikTok rabbit holes, and there was a teacher recently fired, a male.
I was wondering if we were going to talk about that.
And there's two, I think. Are you talking about the one with the hair?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the one. This one was recently fired for actual, like, I think actual sexual conduct. So
No.
I don't think physical, but I think like he said like some sexual things to um
Oh, murder.
the girls at school. And
Mm-mm.
I'm like reading in the comments, right? And because I stay in the comments of TikTok now, that's fun. I'm
These
reading in the
people.
comments and people are like, "Oh yeah, he was a teacher at my school. Yeah, he was kind of weird. He would say some offhanded stuff." I'm like, so this was just like no,
Ongoing. And we were just cool.
we're just like, oh, that's just what he does. That's not normal. And if you're a
It's
young
not.
girl listening, I want you to understand that's not normal.
That's
There's no
not
like, oh,
normal.
it was just a joke. It was a bad joke. No, that's inappropriate, baby. And you need to
Completely
call the police
inappropriate.
immediately.
Like, yes. No, no,
Yesterday.
no. Mm-mm. No teacher. I don't care. No. No, no, no. When they tell you you're mature for your age, that's grooming. That's complete
Oh
grooming.
my God. So I thought about this the other day. How many older men that I talked to when I was like 17, 16,
Mm-hmm.
17, like waiting tables. I'd meet, like meet older people or like, so if y'all know, Myrtle Beach has bike week. Okay. All right. So we used to walk up and down the boulevard. And I remember meeting guys in like their 30s, late 30s, and then being like, but you're so mature for your age. And
That's
at the
grooming.
time, we're young. Our brains are underdeveloped. We're like,
That
thank
frontal
you.
part hasn't like.
Yeah, it hasn't closed yet. And we're like,
Mm-mm.
thank you. And then we're like thinking it's a compliment. You're so mature for your age. Baby, there is nothing you as a 15, 16, 17, even 18 or 19
Mm-mm.
have in common with a
Mm-mm.
30-plus-year-old man. There's nothing.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm.
promise you.
And he's not thinking of your well-being. I
He's not.
promise you.
He's not.
Promise you.
Absolutely
Mm-mm.
not.
Nope.
I'm like, y'all, like,
What a creep.
how many times, I think how many times, like, so many, like, it was normalized and it still is, it's not, more people are becoming conscious, but it
Yeah.
was a very, like, kind of normal thing. Like,
Yeah.
well, even so in our parents' age, like, I think back to, like, Freaknik and stuff,
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like,
Mm-mm.
some of y'all was taken advantage of, baby.
Fully
Fully.
taken advantage of, because I watched the documentary. I said, what do you mean they're like 40 years old leaving their wives to go to Freaknik?
Yeah.
Them girls are like 18, 19, sometimes
20,
17.
early 20s. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Your wives, your babies. Why are you not? Hello?
Listen, oh God, I hope somebody's husband got outed.
Yes.
I hope. Oh my gosh, please. I want to read the story if it happened. I hope somebody was looking like, now wait a minute. You were doing what?
Listen,
I want
I
it.
say it
I
all
want
the
the
time.
drama. Give
I
it to
don't
me.
have a little girl, but even having boys, let a 40-year-old woman tell
Okay.
me she's a or 40-year-old man,
Murder.
whatever my sons choose. Let a 40-year-old woman or man or 30
Nope.
something year old woman or man
Nope.
tell me or
Mm-mm.
tell my son they're mature for their age and they want relations with them.
Kiss my
Baby, I'm
ass. I'll
calling the
fight
law
you.
and you better hope they get to you before I do.
I'm
Okay?
fighting you in the street. Do you hear
I
me?
am I'm ruining your life. I'm committing right then and there. I've lived enough life. I'm committed to
I'm
ruining
good.
yours.
I'm good.
I've
Yeah,
lived
I've
enough.
lived a very happy life.
Yes.
I'm willing to
If
just
at
put it
this
on the line.
moment at, I don't know, 40, that's the end because I have to just focus on ruining your life.
That's fine.
So be it.
That's fine. Mm-mm.
God's plan.
Okay. You pissed me off. No, because that is so incredibly creepy. But back to the teacher.
Yes, the teacher in the hair. Oh.
So many people did not have a problem with this, and I immediately had a problem with this, but I didn't have words to it. And then forget what I was listening to that really helped me with it. Oh, there's a video on TikTok. I'm actually going to send it to you. It is of he's a professional. God, I wish I had his handle right now because he's like one of my mutuals and he's like the nicest guy. But he broke it down. He said, we don't have to like tread the line of impropriety. Like we don't have to go to the red area. We can stay in the green. Essentially, he's like, we can stay in the green area. We don't have to go to the red area. We don't have to try to push the envelope. And he said, he's like, what small way you thinking about your black students that you want to be culturally competent with these daggone braids. Like, there's other inclusive, and I love the word that he used,
Yes.
inclusive, because I'm like, what about the boy students?
Yeah.
You didn't have the boy students come to
Yeah,
your
you
hair.
want to appeal. Like, I want to appeal. I want to be closer to them. Okay, so does that just include the girls? Let the boys take out your hair.
Let the boys take out your hair. Okay, I found it. His name is Jamyle, Jamyle, and he had the like, when I tell you, I'm sending it to you right now. The best take on this issue, as another educator, and I love that. Like, I absolutely love that. I'm like, because we don't have to toe the line. Plus, you, like, I know that the people were like, well, if their parents are okay with it, because I guess their parents were okay with it. If their parents are okay with it, what's the problem? The problem is that you're putting these kids on the internet. Nobody's faces are covered.
Yeah, that's
the,
one.
The video done went viral, and it's like, as soon as you put something out there on the internet, it's out there, and it's out there forever. And that you're essentially teaching these kids that it is okay when an older man makes these requests of care from you.
Yeah, because why do you want your students to take care of you? But I also think and this probably honestly could be a podcast episode in itself.
Right.
I think that we have to stop equating relatability with coming down to someone's level. And what I mean by that is, too often, and I can speak to this from experience, because we, in the business that we own, we employ people from 16 to like 72. And I can relate with my teen employees without coming down from being an authority figure. We have come to this place where we think that, oh, being that we're trying to be gentle, right, and we're trying to be better than the generation before, we think that there still is no structure in place. They still should respect you as an authority figure. Okay, there still should be some boundaries and some lines of respect. And we're crossing those because we're trying to relate, and we're equating relatability with coming down to their age. I don't have to act like a 16 or 17-year-old to relate to you. I can relate to you just by sharing some of my experience, my appropriate experience, at your age. I can relate just by listening to you. I can relate by giving you the proper resources to help you. I can relate in so many other ways. I don't have to relate by allowing you to cross the boundaries that not only a person of your age, but a person in your position should be. Because now, what am I going to when you're telling me to sit down and be quiet and do all those things? How am I going to listen to you?
Right.
When you've told I'm your friend, we do each other's hair. Like, why do I have to listen to you?
Respect.
I was just braiding your hair last week. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I was just helping you out with your hair. Deference? I don't have to defer.
Yes, like, and
You're
that's
equal now.
That's the same we have to think about in our parenting, because I see so much with like these TikToks, right? And like, if that's your parenting style, babe, that's your parenting style.
She's gonna make
Keep it in your house. However, I see too much. Keep it in your house, please. But these people want to be friends with their children. I did not become my mother's friend until recently.
Yeah, in my adulthood,
In my adulthood. But there was a level, there was a journey I had to go through to get there, because my mom had to establish that, hey, I am the parent and you are the child, but y'all are friends now. Your children are telling you, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're not doing. I'm not doing these things. We don't want to give our children like chores or teach them life skills because it's not fun for them. We've gotten away from like teaching the lessons and doing the things and having structure, because we're relating not having structure with relatability. And it's not the same thing, babe.
It's not the same thing.
It's not. And you're raising these children who are entitled, who don't understand the why behind the what. It's a yeah.
And who are gonna go in the street and get their like lives ruined?
Yes,
they're about to get embarrassed, and they'll be shuffling back home to you.
And I know, because I employ some of them, and I'm like, you tell them, you say, hey guys, like, we really can't do that because that's not appropriate, way to carry ourselves. And they don't see the problem in it because their parents have never told them no. They've never told them, hey, We can't do that because they want to be liked. If you dislike me for a little bit, it's okay.
You'll be fine.
My job is to like, here's the thing. Y'all also look at your children as yours. And that's the problem.
They don't belong to you.
They don't belong to you.
They do not belong to you.
You are raising them. First of all, they belong to God if, you believe. Okay? I'm a believer. I believe my children belong to God. But we're gifted them. We're supposed to raise them, give them the tools and the resources and also the mental stability to go into the world and be their own people. Y'all are raising them as if they're going to be with you forever. And now they're fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
Why?
And they're also about to get really embarrassed out here because let me tell you about the people that we're raising. They don't tolerate that. So when you're raising incels that sit at home and blame everybody's, let me stop. I'm going to stop.
I'm not going to go into.
I'm not going to go there.
Let me not shame the parenting girlies, but it's a lot of work to be done out here. And the whole thing. Here's the thing. That video wouldn't have had to go viral because by the time my child came home and said, "Oh, Mr. So-and-so had me take out my hair today." Oh, okay. Town hall.
Town hall. Immediately. Calling the principal, calling the superintendent, calling the news. Because let me tell you what's not going to happen.
Yes.
Like, the thing that really struck me was, like, the repeatability of this. So it's like, you are modeling, and Jamil says this in his video, you are modeling behaviors that you would want repeated.
Yeah.
So you would want an older man to demand care of a younger child. Because these aren't women.
No,
these
they're
are children,
y'all.
These are literal children. And you would want them to demand care and expect care from a child. One, it's not theirs, but also two, that they're not entitled to. You're not entitled to care from your children. So I don't understand why you think that this was anywhere near appropriate. And then he said that he wouldn't have gotten into trouble if he wasn't handsome. Sir, this has nothing to do with your looks. What an inflated ego!
What an inflated ego. Peter, okay?
First of all, you probably shouldn't be around any children to begin with.
Because why would you even think about your looks in proximity to a conversation about children
about girls,
about little girls to begin with?
About little girls.
I even saw some comments where it was like some dads or whatever. Like, I don't see the problem. My daughter's taken out my hair before. You're her
That's
father.
Your daughter.
That's
different.
Figure who I hope has absolutely no intention or no way to be attracted or
one would hope.
Yeah, let's hope to that child. You are that child's protector. Yes, I know you can be in that kind of intimate proximity and nothing happen. I would expect that.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Y'all are creepy.
Weird. I feel like that's like my 2024 phrase. What the hell are we talking about anymore?
Yeah. What are we talking about? Are y'all okay? Y'all all right?
Or is everybody okay?
Right.
Yeah. We're going to end it there.
I think so.
We're going to end it there with is everybody okay?
Is everybody okay?
Y'all let us know in the comments. Okay?
Right.
Is everybody okay? Because, yeah. Anyway, we will see y'all next week. Okay? Make sure that you are subscribed to Patreon. Make sure you rate and review the show. Okay? I'm coming to your neck.
Please come and rate and review the show.
A review.
We love y'all. We know that y'all love us too. So please, show the love. Show the love.
We love y'all. Y'all love us. Write a review.
It's a love fest.
Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.